But anyway, we went ahead and put the stat points in. I think, yeah, I spent the skill points just getting further down the trees. So yeah, we have one of the traps. We have Cloak of Shadows, which I haven't assigned to anything yet. We'll do that later. But yeah, Cloak of Shadows is going to be semi-useful. I do want to use my Tiger Claw things just to get used to that as well. But it's kind of up in the air as to which one I should be doing right now, because neither one's going to be super important. But Cloak of Shadow does give us a few advantages against certain annoying enemies. So anyhoozle, what's it? Let's go ahead and get ourselves an extra skill point, because I'm pretty sure we did not do that quest whenever we were having all the... Yeah, we did not. Act 1, I went ahead and did Tower. That's one of the ways I got some of my levels. But yeah, we need to come down here. We also need to get ourselves a mercenary, but... Ugh. And we are doing a martial arts assassin with a controller, as per the vote. Unfortunately, I have a feeling this is gonna go downhill very quick whenever we get to hell difficulty. Unless the changes 2.4 comes out before we get to hell difficulty, please hurry up with that patch. So yeah, okay. But anyway, let's see. We want to go ahead and get. I'm going to go with a prayer mercenary for normal. Now, whenever the patch does release, supposedly we'll be able to hire them whenever. So I would probably be getting either a Holy Freeze or a Might mercenary right now. But since we don't have that as a choice, we're going to go with Blessed Aim. Not Blessed Aim, Prayer. But yeah, I play with mouse and keyboard usually. So playing with controller is very awkward, to say the least. We're getting Fazel because we need the prayer. We need a prayer in hell. And I should probably equip him, now that I think about it. Just give him something so he can survive. Otherwise, bad things will happen for him. So let's trade. Let's go ahead and find him a pokey stick. That is a pokey stick. Let's find him some armor. That looks like it might have. Yes, Frost Nova. That's actually kind of good for him. So this... And if we press right button, okay, yeah, that's how... Oh, we can actually see our inventory from here. Thank God. That's going to make that a little bit easier. And what helmet do we want to get for him? I don't think she's going to have any good helmets yet. Doesn't look like we have any blue. I can come up here and check... I forget his name. Ezekiel, I don't know. Oh, Elzix. I knew it started with an E. My brain don't work too well. But, do we have anything good from you? Not really. We'll just take the poison resist cap. Hey, Riz, how's it going? Pretty awful on the mod squad. It's fine. We're just chilling. And I have a feeling it's going to be a relatively quiet stream, because it seems like each time something happens to my internet, the next stream after is just like 10 people. It's fine. But hopefully we'll eventually get some people in here who are interested in watching my suffering. Because that's what this is going to be. This is going to be suffering. Because guess what? Yeah. We're doing this with a controller. And a controller in Diablo 2 Resurrected is not the best thing ever. I am going to Alt-Tab, and I'm going to make that a little bit wider so I can see what the hell's going on. There you go. And hopefully everything is coming through clearly. Sometimes it don't. And yeah, for the most part, we should be fine because we are using Saigons, and Saigons is just like a tank this early. So yeah, I don't really have too much to worry about until we get to about Act 3 or 4. And even then, probably not too much to worry about. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take out these little buddies. Ow, no. Do not kill my mercenary this quick. We cannot bug him anymore, so it's kind of like, okay, we're going to have to do this. You need insight for your mercenary and your source, so you made a paladin just so you can get it. Just so you can get it so you can advance through hell on your sorceress. Insight is pretty easy to get. You should be able to farm that in Nightmare. But unless you're looking for like a high-end insight. In which case, on the sorceress, the main trick with the mercenaries, you're going to have to start getting good at the teleporting to reposition him, because unfortunately, they've taken away the ability to bug the mercenary. So yeah, you're kind of... It's basically you either have to have really good gear or the ability to reposition him, which means that he is going to be absolute garbage for pretty much every class, except for the sorceress and maybe the necromancer. Hey, Huntron, how's it going? So let's see. Do we want any of this? We want the gold. I don't think we want anything else here, sadly. That's unfortunate. You can watch videos while recording. Is it playable? By the way, if you guys are curious about emulation, definitely check out Riss's Is It Playable channel. He's going through and finding out which of his games that he owns can actually be emulated easily. And I believe you're using CHD format, if I remember correctly. And you do have some tutorials on that kind of stuff over there. Seeing which ones play smoothly with default settings and which ones don't. But I think I have you linked on the main page, or at least on in some of the side things. I'm not sure yet. I can double check later. I know I have main channels linked down there. At least I did. They've been fiddling and breaking so many things the past like week and a half that I'm not sure what I have anymore on my channels, which is kind of sad, but it's there. And you also do it on a Series X because you can. I still can't quite justify getting one of the next-gen consoles, so that's it's on a wish list, but it's not on a gonna happen anytime soon list. But the newest console I have is a Nintendo Switch. So if that tells you anything, I got it before the whole like pricing went crazy on it too. So let's see, do we want to worry about too many things in here? Probably not. I probably should have waited to get that. It's cooperating for now, Travis. Hopefully you're doing all right. So, but yeah, Is It Playable? Good channel if you're interested in the emulations. And I'm also, I am going to admit to, I'm a little guilty of watching Riss's Is It Playables just to see what games I can cover on the review channel, the game shop that we have going on. Just so I don't have to sit there and like fight with them unless that's something I really, really need to cover. And even then, those I'll just cover off of original hardware. So I'm doing okay. I've got the background footage, like the B-roll. I don't have the like notes or anything written up for them yet for 2 build videos for this coming week. And I have the B-roll for 2 review videos and no notes for those either. I'm getting all the B-roll before I do the notes, which is kind of the backwards way of doing it. If you watch anything about how to do YouTube, generally the advice is to have like all your audio and all that kind of stuff recorded first, or at least your like the story written first before you actually make the videos. But yeah, it's not happening. Because what determines whether I'm going to actually make a video is whether I actually like the game. So, and I am thinking about trying to do some like Diablo 2 versus X kind of things, like Diablo 2 versus Diablo 1, Diablo 2 Resurrected versus LOD, and doing sort of like a crossover thing between the 2 channels like that. But we'll see. What's the scoop on 2.4 Amazons? I know about as much as you guys do, unfortunately. I watched a chunk of Llama's stream. I'm sorry, I can't sit there and watch an hour and a half stream of just people umming and kind of, part of it felt very, I'm trying to think of a nice way to put it, but part of it definitely felt like they were just ego boosting rather than actually talking about the patch. So I kind of like skipped around a lot. Your friend got an Amazon Hellfire Torch and has 20 to all attributes and 16 resist. What would that be worth in trading? That I don't know off the top of my head. Not a lot, because Amazon's not a super sought after one. But it'd still be worth probably a high rune if I had to guess. I don't do trading a lot. I'm not a huge fan of it. I find it very boring and not really frustrating, just mind-numbing to do. So whenever I do trade, it's very, very limited, very, very quick, and I try just to get it over with as fast as freaking possible. So let's go ahead and dump that in there. I like a lot of Llama's videos. The combination of the devs with Llama in that and how the behavior was going kind of bothered me. It was like, I just couldn't bring myself to keep watching it constantly. So I'll probably go back, watch the rest of it.
There's nothing the right portion can't cure.
I'm trying to think. There's only one creator I have a problem with, and it's not Llama. So, yay. But let's see. Talk to you. Taste of Vengeance is bittersweet. We do actually have 2 skill points to spend. We also have Vitality to dump into there. But I'm sure they find some of my videos irritating as well, because I actually am contrary to them on a few stances. So, it is what it is. I don't email other creators. Ever. Unless there is something that absolutely has to be discussed, I don't email other creators. I'd rather encounter them either live in their chat or on their Discords, because email is probably one of the worst ways to contact somebody if you're doing inter-channel stuff. I don't mind Cooley. Cooley's your PvP guy if you want to watch that stuff. Let's see. As far as where I want to go on this, we are going to go down to Death Sentry, but I don't need anything else in there. As far as martial arts, we are going to be moving down that. I don't need to level any of these other skills, though, until we get down to Phoenix. Yeah, I don't have... do we want a Shadow? I could actually get down to Shadow. Could start with that. But there's nothing like low level I want to dump a lot of points into. So, yeah. I think, well, we could actually just do this. And just keep leveling that up. I just can't use it without a claw. So let's see.
I've heard that you...
Yeah, shadows are pretty nice. They're not the be-all, end-all of anything, but they are nice. Let's see. Hold that to sell. Yeah, knowing the hotkeys while doing controller is a pain in the butt. So those of you who are used to controller, you can laugh at me as much as you want. And I'm not going to name names as far as the one that I don't like, because that is very rude. But needless to say, it's probably not one you guys are going to mention in chat. I know I can buy more abilities. I literally can't use Fire Claw. So, because I'm not using a claw, I'm using a sword for the increased attack rating. Which is the important thing for me. I do find it kind of irritating how the shield is floating, though. For those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, if we turn just the right way, you can see there's a gap between the elbow and the shield. And it bothers me a little bit. I'm not into YouTube drama. So... And I understand that there are plenty of creators that don't like my stuff, and there are a lot of creators. Usually, actually, there's not Diablo 2 creators that I usually can say, I don't like your stuff, it's horrible. But there are a few YouTube creators in general that I feel that way about. Dear God. I would rather have just like a healthy community of a few thousand people than a toxic community of a few million. So let's see. We'll just keep going. And move on into Diablo 2 discussions and why we look like a little like skinny bull. My screen says there's 2, so yeah. That's the downside of missing a week of streaming. People forget that you stream, unfortunately. Watching me play Diablo 2, countless hours of Diablo 2 is what you got you playing the game sooner than you would have. Would you count as a Diablo creator at this point? I'm not sure you'd count as a Diablo creator. You have created Diablo content, though. And for those, to the person that mentioned Seer, I don't consider him a Diablo 2 creator. Seer is a variety game creator. He just happened to jump on the Diablo 2 bandwagon. Seems like a nice guy. Haven't really talked to him much. I've not talked directly outside of like just community chats with any of the other decent sized Diablo creators, so I think Kruger is about the only one that I've actually had more than just like a short conversation with here and there. And that's because he is in the comments every now and then. Definitely check out his channel if he decides to be active again, though. Really cool guy. Let's see. Now, I will be probably expanding into other action RPGs on this channel, but I don't really intend to branch this specific channel off into too many other games. That's what the game shop is for. That's what Let's Play Everything is for. That's what... And the art channel is not going to be focused on gaming, though we might do some gaming integrated stuff on there, like fan art. But other than that, this is just going to be action RPGs. We're going to probably be doing Last Epoch. We might do some Grim Dawn streams. They're going to be intermittent. They're not going to be like a constant full playthrough like we are doing with this one. So I don't know if I'll keep those stream VODs available on here or not, but the Diablo 2 ones will be just consistent across the board on here. And I keep picking up the Grand Charms like an idiot, by the way, because I have been doing a lot of hell runs lately, and that's actually not bad. Because we've been doing... we just get the fast rate recovery. Sure, I'll take it for now. We'll be getting rid of those. But, yeah, I've been doing a lot of hell difficulty lately off camera just because, well, yeah, testing builds, they have to be able to pass the test, so hell difficulty it is. EQ... I'm not sure who EQ is. Has anyone played Halo Infinite multiplayer yet? I know a few people, a few of my friends over on Twitch have. Matt in the Hat, Sheed. They've been playing if you're talking about the versus multiplayer, that is. I don't know if they've played the co-op campaign on it yet, because if I remember correctly, don't you have to like exploit a sort of bug to get that to work? Oh, EverQuest. Okay. It's been forever since I've heard anyone mention EverQuest, so you'll have to forgive me on that one. What's funny is I was in the Diablo 2 branch of an EverQuest guild, so yeah. I had never actually played EverQuest myself. I also only played RuneScape for like a month. So I'm not a big MMO person. And I know that's a surprise considering I played Diablo 2 and grind the crap out of it, but Diablo 2 for me is kind of like, it's just a kind of relaxing time investment rather than something you should call the build series, is it viable? You want to know a build that would not make that list? Blizzard Sorceress. Because that's one reason why you haven't seen a red-backed Blizzard Sorceress build yet, is well, I can make them viable, but it's not a pure Blizzard Sorceress. The reason being, the Blizzard Sorceress can't pass my testing path without having to skip over a massive number of enemies. So, yeah, it's just, it doesn't get a red back. I'm thinking I might give the blue backs to, if you're wondering, there is a color scheme to the channel that has been kind of established as of the starter series. So in the future, you're going to start seeing blue back and red back as kind of differentiating between kind of niche farming things and more of the... Let's go ahead and drop out some traps here just to make life easier on us. But you're going to see that as sort of a method of differentiating whether a build has passed the test or whether it's a specialized location farmer. So let's grab those. You've played a lot of games set in the EverQuest universe. Champions of Norath. Never played EQ. I think I have Champions of Norath. EQ the most fun if you're raiding, but raiding requirements take up a long time. Yeah, that's true of a lot of MMOs. The only MMO, like actual proper, and I'm not even sure this would even be considered a proper MMO, but the only one that comes close enough to being a proper MMO for me to feel comfortable calling it one was Guild Wars. Not Guild Wars 2, Guild Wars. That's the only one I played a lot of. And I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed Guild Wars. I remember part of the reason why I did it was I was actually part of the beta test for it, and the alpha. But the devs, whenever we were in that thing, were really cool. We used to do PvP nights to balance test things, and I was the reason why, one of the reasons why the monk was nerfed to hell and back, monk warrior specifically. Because basically I took on the entire dev team after my team died, killed their priest and killed them just by abusing stuns. And being able to heal myself, because guess what? Monks are the sort of healer from that game. At least the first one. I don't know if they are in the second one. I don't even know if there actually are monks in the second one. Because if I remember correctly, the second one is very weapon-based. Like, you get your skills based on what weapon you're using or something like that. If I remember correctly.